What's going on, guys? Back again. Hopefully you guys are all having a good day. We are back at the garage today, and we're going to be actually installing a part today on the old Duramax. Show you what that is. Alright guys, so the part we've got to install today is this guy right here. What this is a Resonator delete plate. It's simple. It should be, I don't know, 5-10 minute install. Let's get right to it. So I've heard that this Resonator delete will make this thing sound, like the turbo sound, louder. So I don't know if it's true or not, but I figure, hey, why not? I'm gonna give it a try. I've got a couple other reasons to install this, and we're gonna give a cold start to give a kind of a baseline as to how it sounds. So let's have a cold start real quick and see if there's a difference afterward. There's the cold start. We'll get this part installed and see how it sounds afterward. Alright guys, so that was a cold start. Step 1, pop the hood. So, this Resonator delete plate that I've got is supposed to remove this. That's what it's deleting. It's deleting this Resonator. This is a Resonator for air. So the air comes in through your air box, through a filter, and then through your MAF, up into your intake, and then through the Resonator. And this just resonates the air, so it just pretty much quiets your air down, or it quiets the noise under the hood down, and it kind of agitates the air before it goes into the turbo. So I'm going to delete this. It's going to be more efficient, and the turbo is going to get a more efficient airflow. So to remove this Resonator, you have a 13 mil bolt down here. You have a 10 mil bolt up here. And on the back, straight behind this line, you have another 10 mil bolt back there. You got to take all 3 of these bolts out. And then it should just slide forward. We'll see. Store your bolts up here in this tray. It's a good way not to lose them. Alright, so my Resonator was actually missing the bolt from the back whenever I got to it. So I didn't remove that one. But I removed this 10 mil up here and a 13 mil on the bottom. I should just slide forward. And up. Alright, so looks like I lied to you guys. That 13 mil bolt that was on the bottom, you didn't actually have to remove that. All you had to remove was the 10 mil from the back and the 10 mil from the front and the center, and then it should have just slid forward. I removed, this is a bracket, I'll show you the bracket. So this is the Resonator that I took off. This is the bracket that I unbolted, and it should have just slid out like that. So I don't know, I might put this back on, I might leave it off, I'll decide here in a little bit. But the Resonator's off. This is what you're left with, the Resonator. Set that off to the side. You no longer need it. And you're left with this. And you have an O-ring around here. So I'm going to clean that up a bit. And then I will show you how to install the delete plate. So this is what you're left with after I somewhat cleaned it up. And what I'm going to do is this O-ring, so I can get that light for you. This O-ring down there, I'm just going to put a little bit of motor oil over it to help this plate slide over it. So, it's got a little bit of motor oil on my finger. Find a place to set my light. I'm just going to go around the O-ring. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. And then, what we're going to do is take this plate that we've got, and I will leave a link in the description where you can get this blocker plate. And we're just going to take it, stick it on there, push down, give it a little spin. There it goes. Line it up, and then get our bolts and put our bolts in. Okay, so these are the bolts that are supplied with the kit. These are 5mm Allen heads. So we're just going to get those threaded in there by hand and start them a little bit. And then we get our Allen T wrench and tighten them down. Again, guys, these are 5mm. Don't tighten one all the way. You want to get it down to where it touches, and then make sure you get the other one going too. If you tighten one down, it'll cause a bind and the other one won't tighten. There we have it. The bolts are now tight. And I will caution you, so these bolts that they give you, they do have a metal insert down here that they thread into, but that metal insert is in plastic. So if you wrench down on these, it will break the plastic. So don't wrench down on these. Get them down to where they're snug, hand tight. That's it. You don't want to go any farther. You do not want to break this plastic that it threads into. That would be a bad day, because then you're going to have to buy a whole intake. That's not fun. So once you've got everything installed, what you're going to want to do is just make sure, what I do is I just touch whatever I took out or put the new bolts in, just touch them, make sure you went over it. Do not leave something loose. You don't want to do that. So make sure whatever you mess with or whatever you're doing, you get those bolts back and you get them tight. So those are installed. Quick, simple. Let's do another cold start because this truck is still cold and see if it made a difference. Alright guys, so here comes the cold start after we installed the Resonator delete plate. Alright, if anything guys, it's very minute. I mean, I didn't anticipate a lot happening from this, but the turbo is now getting a better airflow, and that's the main reason for doing this. So I'm pleased. I like it. I feel more confident knowing that my turbo is not getting a choppy airflow. So this is the reason to do it. The last and final step to installing this is have your truck running. Okay? You're going to want to run your hand around this. Just check to see, make sure there's no air leaks. You do not want an air leak, and you will feel if there's an air leak. But you don't want an air leak, so the last and final step is to, while it's running, run your hand around it, make sure you don't feel any air, you don't feel any suction, make sure there's nothing happening. There you have it. The Turbo Resonator delete plate is installed. Simple. If you guys found this video helpful at all, go ahead and leave a like, thumbs up this video, comment, subscribe, and if you are subscribed, be sure to click that bell notification. As always guys, have a good day. Catch you in the next video.